Is bigger better? Does size really matter in Foxhole? They say size doesn't matter, but in Foxhole, it kinda does. So let's scoop right into it. Having watched a few of the top Warden naval gunboater videos recommended here on YouTube, I began to question myself. How do they get all those large ship kills? What am I doing wrong? And that led me to the question that all Foxhole players ask themselves one time or another. Is mine big enough? Sadly, mine is not. But hopefully with enough subscribers to my Patreon, and if this channel does well enough, I can reach my life goals and add on a few inches. Now, it's not always about the size, it's how you view it. Resolution. That's right, guys. Resolutions come in all shapes and sizes. Some of you poor colonials will be on a 4:3 resolution, so that's kind of like 800 by 600 or 1024 by 768. But most gamers will be using a 16:9 resolution or ratio, and that will be a 1920 by 1080. Or you lucky fellas out there might even find yourself with a 21:9 ratio or a 3440 by 1440. But those hunky Warden gunboaters are probably on a 32:9 aspect ratio, so that's a 3840 by 1080 or 5120 by 1440 as well. But the real Chads, the whales, the Elon Musks of Foxhole, who are truly doing the pay-to-win lifestyle, are probably on a 48:9 ratio. But these guys are unicorns, so kind of like seeing a colonial battleship out in the wild. But iScout, what does it all mean? So until you guys start subscribing and I start making that Robert Loves Games and blue laminate type money, I've had to use what's called a custom resolution to help demonstrate or simulate widescreen conditions for the purposes of this video, which my recordings didn't quite show up right, so I did take a couple of screenshots to show you the true power of having a bigger monitor. Guys, let's focus here. So let's see what it looks like normally for a 16:9 ratio player. Does this look familiar? You see enough around you, but not quite enough where you can confidently navigate around, so you still feel kind of blind. So now you can witness the power of a 32:9 ratio, and here, just look how much more of the battlefield we can see while driving our tank. Our situational awareness is one of the biggest skills that you can earn in a Foxhole, and it's greatly improved by simply having a wider resolution. So no longer are you going to get sticky rushed with your tank. You'll be able to see them within at least 40 meters. Now, a widescreen monitor doesn't automatically mean it stops obeying the rules of Foxhole rendering, but it will render defenses and map terrain and roads, which as a driver you probably will appreciate. And it's really important to sort of navigate in a pinch without being totally reliant on your spotter. And in fact, probably you can do without a spotter by just simply owning a widescreen monitor. How does this matter for naval then, you ask? Well, the ability to have a large ship in view on a normal resolution means that you're dead. If you get that close, they're already in range to use their machine guns, their rocket launchers, everything. So you're dead by the time you see that large ship as a driver. Your guys are dead. But if you have a widescreen monitor, you can kind of flirt the edges a little better. But the real pros are the ones that are spotting and streaming their screen to Discord, so that you can soak in a wider view of where you have the ship in view, and you also have your ship in view, which sort of helps that with kiting large ships, where you're trying to run from the frigate or you're trying to advance on the frigate who's getting away. And this is the thing, as a driver, you're going to be able to see a little bit more, so you'll be able to recognize when they're brake checking you, and you won't need to rely on the spotter sort of giving you that information, which makes his job a lot easier and makes your job as a gunboat team to kill a large ship way easier. But yeah, if you're streaming on Discord, then you get that full view, and it just makes everyone's job easier. So that's the advantage of having a widescreen monitor. It definitely helps a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and remember, Christmas is around the corner, so start writing those letters to Santa, because those elves are going to be busy this year with those widescreen monitor orders, and you don't want to miss out. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.